What if 95% of reality is invisible, and black holes are secretly powering the cosmos? What's the 5% ratio? Everything you have ever touched, smelled, or seen, from the smallest bacteria to the largest star, is made of baryonic matter. That is, atoms. But humans only see visible light, which is a tiny sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum. Even when we use tools to see X-rays, radio waves, and infrared, we are still only looking at that same 5% of stuff. Most of the universe doesn't interact with light at all. Sound requires a medium like air or water to travel. Since space is a vacuum, we don't hear the universe in the traditional sense, though scientists can convert plasma waves into sound for us to listen to. The remaining 95% is invisible, not because we lack the right eyes, but because it is fundamentally different from atoms. Around 27% is dark matter, an invisible glue that has gravity but doesn't emit, reflect, or absorb light. It keeps galaxies from flying apart. And around 68% is dark energy, the force acting as a repulsive gravity that is pushing the universe apart at an accelerating rate. Think of it this way. If you turn off the lights in a pitch-black dark room, the furniture is still there, but we can't see it. That's like the electromagnetic spectrum. Dark matter, however, is like a ghost. Even if you turn on a blinding spotlight, the light just passes right through it like it's not even there. Why is this a good news problem? If we could see everything, the night sky would be blindingly bright, and the physics of the universe would be much simpler and maybe boring. The fact that 95% of reality is missing tells us that there is a deeper level of physics we haven't discovered yet. We know it's there because we can see its gravitational effects on the 5% we can see. It's like seeing the leaves on a tree move and concluding that the wind exists, even though the wind is invisible. Dark energy is expanding the universe and dark matter is holding galaxies together. Think of dark matter as the scaffolding of the universe. Galaxies spin so fast that they should fly apart like mud spinning off a tire. So there must be a massive amount of invisible matter providing extra gravity. It clumps things together and helped pull gas together to form the first stars and continue to hold galaxies in organized rotating disks. Dark matter is the glue and dark energy is the expander. Back in the late 1990s, astronomers expected the expansion of the universe to be slowing down because of gravity, but instead they found it was speeding up. Dark energy appears to be a property of space itself. As the universe creates more space, there is more dark energy, which pushes everything apart even faster. On a massive scale, it is stretching the fabric of the universe so much that eventually distant galaxies will be pushed so far away that their light will never reach us again. Now, let's look at the cosmic balance sheet to see things a little bit better. Dark matter is gravitational, local, or galactic, pulling inward, dominating inside the solar systems and galaxies. Dark energy is universal, or void, pushing outward and dominates the empty nothingness between galaxy clusters. In the standard model of physics, black holes and dark energy are two completely separate things. Black holes are massive objects where gravity is so strong that space-time collapses inward to a point called the singularity. Dark energy is an energy field that exists everywhere in empty space pushing outward. In 2023, a group of researchers published a study suggesting that black holes might actually contain vacuum energy, which is a candidate for dark energy. They noticed that black holes seem to grow as the universe expands, even when there is no nearby dust or stars for them to eat. If my theory is correct, the internal energy of black holes is linked to the expansion of the universe. As a star collapses, it crushes an incredible amount of energy into a tiny point. Instead of becoming a nothingness, a singularity, that energy becomes vacuum energy. This energy contributes to the total dark energy of the universe, fueling the expansion that pushes galaxies apart. It's a thrilling, unified theory linking the smallest, densest things to the largest, emptiest things. Most physicists believe singularities are just math errors where our current understanding of gravity breaks down. Dark energy is a property of all empty space, not just the space inside black holes. This idea solves a major headache for scientists. If dark energy is being made inside black holes, it explains why the expansion of the universe is accelerating as the universe gets older. As more stars die and create more black holes, this in turn would pump more dark energy into the system. The matter is crushed to fundamentally pure string energy and leaks out as dark energy, expanding the universe. A bridge between general relativity, the big stuff, and quantum mechanics, the tiny stuff. This is string theory. Here's how the leakage theory maps onto actual scientific concepts and where it pushes the boundaries of what we know. First is the crushing of matter into string energy. In string theory, the universe isn't made of point-like particles or dots, but instead everything is made of tiny vibrating loops of string energy. Now, this process happens when the matter enters a black hole. The gravity is so intense that atoms and subatomic particles lose their identity. Finally, the result is that they would be unwound or crushed back into their most fundamental state, vibrating strings of energy. Matter being converted into a pure energy form. In standard physics, nothing escapes a black hole, but there are two ways the leakage idea actually has a basis in theory. First, there are extra dimensions. String theory requires 10 or 11 dimensions. While we are stuck in 3D space, dark energy is able to move or leak through these higher dimensions. Second is the holographic principle. Some physicists believe that matter falling into a black hole isn't lost, but is smeared across the surface and projected back into the universe. Let's look at a model. Dark energy as the output would be like, if this were true, black holes would act like converters. They take normal matter, the 5%, and recycle it into dark energy, the 68%. This would explain why, as the universe gets older and more stars collapse into black holes, the expansion of the universe speeds up. The more waste the black holes produce, the faster the universe grows. This is a beautiful theory because it obeys conservation laws, the idea that nothing is ever truly created or destroyed, only transformed. The model suggests a perfect cycle. Gravity pulls matter together to make stars. Stars die and make black holes. Black holes grind matter into string-level energy. Dark energy leaks out to create more space for the universe to exist in. The missing link we haven't found yet is the pipe. We don't have a mathematical equation yet that shows how energy gets from the heart of a black hole, the singularity, out into the empty space between galaxies. Most physicists actually hate the word singularity because it implies infinite density, which usually means the math is broken. The idea of matter becoming string energy is a much more popular alternative, because it avoids infinity by giving the energy a physical shape, the string. Where the physical star was before expansion is the center. Then the star collapses back to that center with gravity, crushing everything to pure string energy. And that energy leaking interdimensionally out through the center, filling up all of the universe, expanding it continually and building it with new galaxies. In the other 10 dimensions, the model theorizes the control of time and where dark energy starts building the new galaxies. Dark matter forms. All things are then created through the dark matter, held together by the dark matter, and is all for the dark matter, with the dark energy being in control of it all. The new galaxies starting with hydrogen, a cosmological cycle that mirrors some of the most advanced and debated concepts in modern physics. A universe that functions like a living engine, it consumes old matter, breaks it down into its most fundamental code, strings, and then broadcasts that energy back out to create a fresh canvas. The interdimensional leak, the engine in string theory, demonstrates how we live on a 3D membrane called a brain, floating in a higher dimensional space. The black hole acts as a puncture point in our brain, because gravity is the only force that can travel across dimensions. The idea that energy leaks interdimensionally is mathematically plausible. The black hole takes 3D matter, crushes it into strings and vents that energy into the higher dimensions, which then pushes back against our universe as dark energy. In our 3D world, time is a forward-moving arrow. In the higher dimensions, the bulk, time could be a physical dimension with interdimensional movement, like on a road. This would mean that the dark energy being pumped out isn't just random, it's being distributed across the timeline of the universe to ensure new galaxies form where they are needed. This is a galactic factory. The dark energy provides the room, space itself, while the dark matter provides the blueprint. It creates a gravitational well, a pocket of heavy gravity. Finally, some hydrogen gas is formed, the new galaxy's starting point, and drawn into those pockets. Gravity squeezes that hydrogen until it ignites, creating the first stars of a brand new galaxy. Everything is created for and by the dark matter. Without the dark matter web acting as a skeleton, gas would just float aimlessly in space, and we wouldn't even have galaxies, stars, or us. Energy from a collapsed star leaking out to start a new expansion is often called a white hole. A black hole sucks everything in, while a white hole, the leak, spews everything out. Many theorists believe our Big Bang was actually a white hole, the exit of a black hole from a previous or parent universe. If this cycle is true, it means the universe is immortal. Every time a black hole forms, it's not just a grave for an old star, it's a womb for a future part of the universe. In my model, dark energy is in control of this process, and the universe has a specific plan for where it places new galaxies, not just filling up the void as fast as it can. This theory is most closely aligned with a cutting-edge field called black hole cosmology or Schwarzschild cosmology. Specifically, this model combines four distinct scientific frameworks. 1. The cosmological coupling hypothesis. The leak is the specific part of the theory where black holes leak energy that expands the universe. The theory proposes that black holes are coupled to the expansion of the universe. Instead of just sitting there, they grow in mass as space expands. In 2023, researchers at the University of Hawaii published evidence suggesting black holes might actually be the source of dark energy. In this model, they aren't singularities but bubbles of vacuum energy that push the universe outward. The Einstein-Cartan theory suggests that the pure string energy explains how matter is crushed and rebound without becoming a singularity. The theory physicist Nikodem Poplovsky uses this to suggest that a property called torsion, a twist in spacetime, acts as a repulsive force at high densities. The mechanism, instead of matter being crushed to a point of nothingness, it reaches a maximum density and bounces back potentially as string-like energy to form a new region of space. This energy builds new galaxies from hydrogen description of this daughter universe starting its own life cycle. The idea that energy leaks through the center into other dimensions to control time and space is a core concept in the ekpyrotic model, where the interaction of these brains and the energy between them creates the Big Bang and dark energy. It's a cyclic black hole source dark energy universe, a recycling system that turns old stars into the energy needed to grow new space. If this blew your mind, tap subscribe, like and share this with a friend who loves cosmic mysteries.